We're searching for the highest paying work at home jobs. Linda Bomba here from lindabomba.net, coming to you from my home office outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're searching for the highest paying work at home jobs. And before I get into this, I want to make sure that you come over here underneath this video. There's a red button like this. It says subscribe. Click it. There's a little bell icon that'll come up that will be there. If you click that, you'll get a notification every time I go live. So you're getting future videos if you're looking to work at home, make money online. And I am going to give you actually 14. These are ones that I found, the 14 highest paying work at home jobs. I do want to make it clear, some of these are not ones you can do online, like from your laptop, that you might have to, you'll have to be out. You'll understand what I mean when I get into these. A lot of these are online, they're virtual, but there's 14 of these here, and I think there's some good choices for just about anybody that might come and watch this video. And this has nothing to do with taking surveys or apps or anything like that, because you can make money taking surveys and apps and that kind of stuff, and that's really extra cash, gas money, pocket change. These are some ones that you can make some serious money at. So let's get started. The first one is a social media manager, and I will have some resources that I'll leave in the below this video. But there's other ones that you're probably going to have to get some more research on it if you really want to pursue it. But the first one is social media manager, and there's many companies out there that are looking for people, and as social media gets bigger and bigger, now Facebook, there's over 2 billion people with active accounts. They're looking for people to manage their business pages, comment on things, manage groups, that kind of thing, and not just Facebook, on any of the social media platforms, reply to people, add on Instagram photos and stuff like that. And there's becoming a bigger and bigger demand for it as social media. And there's very few companies anymore that I know that don't have some sort of social media presence. So normally a social media manager can make between $15 and $35 an hour. That's the first one. Now the second one is, and some of these you may have heard of, but a virtual assistant. I'm not spelling that right. Now, virtual assistant is a lot like, I think, like a administrative assistant in a physical office with a company, because you're basically going to be in a lot of entrepreneurs. I've used virtual assistants. I have virtual assistants that have helped me out with my social media. I've hired virtual assistants to help do things with like Facebook ads. They can answer emails. They can do mostly the same kind of things that you'd be if you're working in an office where like a boss would delegate certain tasks to you, but it's just virtual. On general, they make $10 to $30 per hour. If English is your first language, you probably can dictate a higher salary, because a lot of the virtual assistants, I know one of the ones I had, she lived in the Philippines, so English was not her first language, and we communicated by Skype. So they're very much like an administrative assistant. If you have that kind of skill already, or if you had it from a job, this would be a great fit for you. So that's the second job. The third one is a web designer. Now, there is some skill involved with this, because you do need to know how to design websites. But the thing with this is you can learn this a lot quicker. You could learn it in anywhere from 3 to 12 months. I think 3 probably is at least, but you could, take like a crash course, but it's a lot quicker than getting a bachelor's degree. And really what people are going to be looking for is what kind of website you can put together for them, what it will look like. Typically, a website designer can charge between $1,200 and $8,000 per website. So this can be really pretty lucrative. One client that you're building a website for. I mean, there are some codes. Now, I put my own websites together. I'm not an expert at it, but I didn't really take any formal training. So it's not a lot of, you don't have to go take a ton of courses. It's not like a college degree. And if you're techie and you like that kind of thing, being a web designer would be a really big thing. And nowadays, everybody has websites and blogs, so there's certainly a demand for it. So the fourth one is a graphic designer. And You do need to know things like how to use Photoshop. I don't think Photoshop is that hard to learn, but you can always improve your skills. And it's more, I don't think it's more an education, but it's a skills that you have to learn. And there's courses out there that you can take to learn Photoshop. Typically, they earn between $25 to $100 per hour. Yeah, and there's there's a definitely a demand out there. You could go to a site like Fiverr, and if you were really trying to learn some things, Fiverr does a lot of little gigs. You could actually set your own profile up and offer services if you have some, if you've got some knowledge of this and you know how to do it. You could start that way and build yourself up as you're trying to build clients. So that's number 4. Now, number 5, I'm just finding out about this, and I know Amazon does a lot of things out there, but there's a thing called an Amazon Flex driver. And you're a contractor, you're not an employee of the company, but basically what you'll be doing is driving packages around for Amazon, and they can't use something like UPS because they won't get there in time. So what you're doing is from their fulfillment center, and they have fulfillment centers in various locations, taking it, whatever the package from the fulfillment center to customers in the same city. They generally make between $18 and $25 per hour. So that's a new one for me. But if you like driving and you've got a fulfillment center near you, it's a perfect fit. And number 6, I'm sure you've heard of this, is you could be a driver for Uber or Lyft. Now, I did notice that recently, right now, Lyft is offering a bonus. I think it's a $500 bonus. I don't know what the details are, but there's flexible hours. There's, you can go to the website and apply. Typically, people are making full-time between $650 and $750 a week. That you are like an independent contractor with them. It's Uber, or it's LYFT is the other one. And there is a bonus with Lyft. Now, I don't know after the recording of this video what time you might be coming to this video. Today's April 3rd, 2018. If they're still going to be offering that bonus or not. But the last time I looked, I saw an ad that was popping up when I was on a website that they were offering a bonus. And Uber and Lyft are similar. I mean, they're competitors. They're similar. You can go check both of those out. But that's number 6. Now, number 7 is an event planner, and I've actually done some of this when I was still had a job in cancer research. I worked very closely with the meeting planner, and in general, event planners, meeting planners, and meeting planners is another name for it, or one that I've called a certified meeting planner, because they can get certified, are typically employed by companies, and they take care of their events. But I know I recently, last year, I helped a mentor of mine with an event and did the whole thing virtually. So that's certainly possible. They make anywhere between $26,000 and $79,000 a year. So the potential to take this and do this online. Now, you may have to at some point go and meet. Now, when I did it, was doing it online with a mentor of mine. I never physically went and saw the hotel until the actual event happened. She was familiar with the hotel we booked it at, but you may have a client that wants you to do that. I know when I was doing this, when I was still working at my job in cancer research, we would take some things that we would actually go out and look at hotels ahead of time to look at the space. And you may have a client that may ask you to do that, but this can be done online. There's no reason why. So number 8, and I kind of like this one, I'm going to call it an expert. Because if you have a passion for something, or something that you've got not a lot of knowledge about, you can basically become an expert about it, and you can teach other people about it. You can create content around it. You can offer services and like the meeting planning thing. I'm not an expert at it, but I know about it. I mean, it's not something I mean, I did it when I was working for a job because that was just part of my job responsibilities. And my boss at one point, he just didn't want to keep doing it anymore. So he kind of turfed it off to me. But you could take something that and it could be anything that you're passionate about. You could create a YouTube channel, a website, you could do a podcast. And you know, and when you position yourself as an influence and authority, people will listen to you. So number 8 is an expert. Now, number 9 is an author or writer. And you can do a lot of things with this because there's websites out there, and Fiverr again is one of them, and Upwork is another, that you can offer your writing services to if you want to go that route. And then people that are looking for people to write things for them would hire you. An author, you could write a book. Excuse me. You could write a book, and actually that can be very lucrative. Now it's a lot of work until you get the book published. And I know that I've had talked to people that once they get their book published, they can earn $5 per book sale. That can be very lucrative. Another thing you can do is you can do freelance writing, and you can use sites like Upwork and Fiverr. I think 99-cent articles is another one, and you'd have to go to the website and check and see if they take independent freelance contractors. But they in general make about $30 an hour, so you can make some serious money with it. So there is a demand out there. There's people that are looking for people to write for their blog. There's some people that they have blogs and they just don't. Like I have a blog and I put articles up and stuff, but writing's not something that like I'm dying to do. But an author or writer is number 9. Now number 10 is a course creator. And if you create any kind of content where you're teaching stuff too, there's so many online courses. If you're making videos about it or text materials like an ebook or a PDF that some people give away. I know I have ones that I've made. You can do online courses. It could be something short up to like just a couple of lessons, or it could be a course that goes over, the course of a year. The more online courses are becoming, I mean, so many people, that's how they're consuming information is online. And there's a wide range of money you can make with this, because you can make a course I've seen courses for as little as $7 that go up to other ones that are $1,000, $5,000, $2,000, $10,000 per course. So, depending on the content, how long it is, the time and effort that goes into it. So that's number 10. Number 11 is a Facebook ads manager. Now, there's a lot of people, and I have hired people to do this just to manage my Facebook ad account, to create the ads, to make sure, because a lot of people, they start doing Facebook ads, and Facebook ads are a skill. If you've mastered that skill, you don't need a certain education. But I mean, because I'm not very good at it, and it is a skill, I just paid somebody to do it, to set up the ads for me. If it's up and it's not converting because a lot of it is testing. You try one thing, you try a different image, you try a different copy, you try a different targeting. There's a lot of testing involved, and you could charge per ad that you get up. And then I had somebody maintaining my account, and people charge anywhere from $200 to $1,500 a month to manage. Well, $200 to $1,500 just to set a campaign up. And I know I paid somebody $250 a month just to manage my ads manager account, and that can go anywhere from $200 on the low end a month to $1,200. So you can make some good money. And if you have a number of clients that you're managing for, or X number, you charge, say, $1,000, and you've got 15 clients. That's $15,000 a month. So it can be really lucrative. But Facebook ads are a skill. So that's number 11. Number 12 is an editor. You can, if you're good at English and you're detailed oriented, you can always take some English courses. Writing books is popular. Celebrities and influencers are looking for that. And people typically, they charge by words, and they charge anywhere from 1 cent to 4 cents a word. book to go through and edit it, that somebody asks you to edit it, you can make anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 to edit a book. So there's some money to be made there, and there is a demand for it, because some people, they just don't want to do it themselves. They'll outsource it. So number 13 is a copywriter. Now, copywriting is advertising text. I mean, if you're a good writer, then you would just need to learn about writing, about copywriting specifically, and study marketing, advertising, and psychology, because a lot of copywriting is psychology, like what triggers people. And I've taken a couple copywriting courses. I've taken a couple workshops. That is a skill, and there's people that they can send like an email out and make thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, because they know how to copyright, they know how to use, they understand psychology, they know how to, the words that use, because there are certain words that are trigger words. So that's copywriter is 13. And the last one here is affiliate marketing. And that's what I do to make I'm an entrepreneur, to make most of my income online, and it can be very lucrative. And one of my colleagues that were in a program, he just had one day last week where he made $30,000 in one day. Now, if you're not familiar with what affiliate marketing is, it's when you have the resale rights to sell other people's products and services, and you can earn a commission. And the commission percentage is based on, there's certain sites, and I've talked about this. ClickBank is one of them, that you can create an account with ClickBank for free, and the percentages and what you make on each product vary from product to product, depending on who was the creator of the product. Another site is JVZoo. A lot of the commissions on that, they're like 50%. It's based on, who produced the product, who, owns the product, who owns it, and all that. So affiliate market, it's very lucrative, and there can be some, you can create passive streams of income, a full-time income with affiliate marketing. It can be really lucrative. And not all of these, you can, obviously, like Uber and Lyft, you cannot do that from a laptop, but you could go to another location, because Uber is all over the place, and so is Lyft. So I hope you found this video helpful. I will leave my #1 recommendation for making money online below. I'm going to have some resources for these, not all of these. I'll leave those links below in this video. Leave me a comment if you found this helpful. I lost 2 jobs. There's a lot of people out of work looking to make money, and the internet becomes really, it's a gold mine, because like Facebook, there's over 2 billion people, but you can do things if you start thinking a little outside the box, because most of us, we were, my parents constantly said, go to college, get a good job, and the company will take care of you, and that just doesn't exist anymore. So I hope you found this video helpful. Go ahead, click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.